Hello. Welcome to another episode of Minecraft Evolutions. And in today's episode, we have another huge project. And on top of that, we are also a few days behind just because my computer was down for a little bit. But what we will be doing in today's episode is turning from all a little bit over there, uh, what connects up the lumber mill over there, that little area, all the way over to that mountain, all the way in the distance, in that far corner of the map. We're going to be transforming all of this into a basically walkway. What I'm thinking at the moment is we're first going to go ahead and flatten this all out. So a lot of this episode is just going to be terraforming, and and the idea is that point where that mountain is all the way off in the distance, that will be the spawn location for when I make this world seed public for you guys to play in. If you guys want to explore and stuff, you guys should hopefully spawn all the way over there. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to work. I don't know if you spawn where world spawn is or if you spawn where my last player location is. I don't know. So that's another thing. But the idea is this whole thing will be one giant pathway, and we'll be adding some small builds along it, just for you guys to look at and explore, and just to make this whole area look a lot more interesting. So yeah, this episode is going to be a lot of terraforming all of this, making it basically flat, and then adding hills and stuff afterwards. So we're going to do a lot of time lapses and stuff. But I already got my inventory cleared up, which is nice. Anyways, I posted this video over on YouTube and TikTok. Wait, before you drift off, I only need 10 seconds of your time. For every subscriber this video gets, I'll be growing 1 wheat in my Indev world. No bone meal, no fortune, no automatic farms. So if you want to make me suffer, subscribe to this video, share it, watch it again so more people see it, and I hope to see you join the ever-growing blizzard of snowflakes. And as the video says, I am going to be harvesting that amount of wheat. Here is the final reveal of all the subscribers and followers we got from that. Yeah. So, we're done. That's it. We're done. Have one lonely wheat. It's better than nothing, but I think we're gonna starve. We only have 2 pieces of bread and 1 wheat. We can't eat seeds. I wish we could eat seeds, but might run out of food. But to the one person who did subscribe, thank you for following. And this wheat represents you. The single wheat right here. That is you. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope you end up enjoying this video. But anyways, before we get into anything that we have planned today, oh, I had a wheat left in here. Okay, I guess I got an extra one. I already have a pickaxe. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, before we get into anything we're doing, we gotta take down our Christmas decorations. I'm even late to doing that in my Minecraft world. I'm late doing it IRL. I'm late doing it in-game. Alright, and now that we have dealt with our ore situation, we have all of our ores iron now, and we are no longer decorated for Christmas. At least I don't think so. I think I got them all. I don't see any on the tree. If you guys do, let me know. But anyways, what we can start working on now is flattening out this area first. Just as our front lawn. Then we'll start working on that way. But good thing we got a ton of dirt and like 2 more double chests full from last episode, honestly. And honestly, I have no idea how I have this much dirt. I thought I would be running literally low on dirt, scrambling to find it last episode, but somehow we got a ton of it, so we'll be using it today. Let's try to collect any flowers we see, because those are valuable. There's only so many in this world, and we gotta use quite a bit for our angel friend, so. We're just gonna go through and basically first flatten everything before we even start working on any of the builds, so. Time-lapse time! Alright, and one terraforming session later, and we have everything flattened out just as it's starting night 2. So we're gonna have to come back to start building stuff. But now we can start building all the builds and stuff. So up there I plan to put some statues and stuff. But in this pathway here, what I'm planning on doing is just a bunch of leaves. And unlike the what we tried doing over with the castle with the leaves, they're not gonna be like all connected. They're just gonna be like bunches of bushes, I guess, wild bushes. And then over here, we're going to put a few builds in and a lot of trees, of course. We're going to be putting some stuff on that island. That's why there's the bridge there still. And we're going to be putting the lake over there. I have a plan. Anyways, we are starting up here. There isn't going to be too much going on up here. I want to keep it clear. The whole idea with this, the reason why I built the reason why I had to reshape this mountain and I built it this specific way is because when you guys spawn in, you're going to spawn in roughly around here near the edge. And I want you guys to see this immediate angle so you get a good view of a majority of the world and majority of what I've worked on so far. And then as you walk down the steps, you're going to have to turn this way and you'll see this whole part of the world. So you're going to basically see the whole world as you're walking down these steps. And that was the whole idea. But the first thing we're doing is putting in a statue, which goes right here. And now these statue designs aren't my own 100%. I was kind of inspired by I don't know who originally created them. I honestly don't, but I know they've been passed around quite a bit. And that's what inspired me to figure out how to build this design, which I built in a creative world, obviously. Parts of these, like this kneeling part, is taken, but I from another build where the arms are kind of outwards, holding like a carpet. But I kind of did the arms myself, which not that much, honestly. Did I build this backwards? I 100% built this wrong. Dang it. It's supposed to be over. The body goes on top of this. Okay. Sorry, I know I keep pausing here, but the statue has to be kind of built a specific way to make sure it lines up properly. That means if the leg needs to connect. Doesn't seem right though. We come over here. Try not to fall off the edge, preferably. Do, do, do. And now we need iron blocks, which is kind of the expensive part of this. We go 1, 2, 3. Then the slabs. I think the crossguard goes on immediately. Jump up on his knee. I think that's how it's supposed to be. How I did it. Yeah, that looks correct. And then we just copy this over, and there we go. That's basically all up here. This whole area for up here is done. And you guys, when you guys get to join the world, will be spawning right around here. And look at that view you guys will get when you join in. And just think about once we get all over here finished too. That looks so good from that viewpoint. Now this next build over here, do we have enough Ooh, we might not have enough stone. I don't even know if we have enough slabs. Well, it isn't that big of a build. We should be able to get this. This build here, though, I did design myself. Where do I want this? I want it in the middle. We're going to begin with that. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So roughly here. Let's hope this is correct. 1, 2, 3. How far did it go up? It goes up 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that hurt. This one, I'm not the most proud of this build. I think there's supposed to be some blocks behind her too, which means I don't have enough. But I think if you squint at it, and for this version, it actually looks really good. No, oh right. Okay, I didn't account for that, but we can just do something like this, and there we go. I really need to stop drinking coffee. It always makes me it just doesn't have it obviously makes me jittery, but it's not even like strong coffee is the issue. It can be pretty weak coffee and I still feel really jittery, and it just doesn't. I love how it tastes, but it just always gives me a weird feeling after I drink and it finally sits in me. It also doesn't help that I usually drink it on an empty stomach. I should probably start drinking it after I eat, or while I eat something, or after I eat something, but I never learn. It does help me wake up though. Yeah, I drink. I had a cup of coffee. Let's see. I'm trying to do the math in my head. About 9 hours ago, I think, and I can still feel the side effects from it. It it isn't like soup. It's not pleasant. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it isn't pleasant. Okay. W's. I'm trying to remember how to do this part of the build. Yeah, it goes up. Oh, up. Do the log. Then one slab here. We teeter here. One slab here. One slab here. I think this is correct. Ooh, the log is not great. No. Oh, okay. That lag almost killed us. Ooh. If I didn't have high blood pressure already from the coffee, that definitely gave it to me. Hey. Okay. Up we go. I uh I I'm hoping this video isn't gonna end up being out late. I think I should be able to get it done just before the end of the month, just based on how I thought doing all this training would take us a lot longer, which it hasn't. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure that I will be able to get this video out before the end of this month. But if I don't, it'll probably be near the start of next month. Real quick, I want to get your guys' opinions to see if I did manage to actually do something correct here. What do you think that is? Because that I got I saw a kind of similar image to what I built here, but they had slabs, they had stairs, they had a bunch of stuff. I had to improvise. Let me know if you guys see it, or if I just made a pillar with weird things jutting out. Because I'm really hoping I actually managed to get even though it's so small and I had so little resources to build it, because we're in Indev and all, that you guys can still understand what this is. I tried like using basic shapes to show what this is, but let me know if you guys can see it. But while my laptop was down, I went, I got hooked on a game that I only found out about recently, and I got hooked on this game called Project Zomboid, and it is like my dream zombie game. Okay, so to explain fully, I'm not really a big fan of many shooting games, but there is an exception to that rule, zombie shooting games, anything where it's like, well, not anything. I want to say any zombie shooting game. There's specifically two zombie games that I love, probably because I played them when I was younger and just have nostalgia for them. But one is Left 4 Dead. I love that game. But then the other one is I don't remember which version, but it's one of the Call of Duty zombie games. It it's the one with the bus and the robot bus driver and the well, all of them have the mystery box, but it's that one. And I love both of those games. Uh, but I always wished there was more. I like it was fun killing the zombies and just going wave after wave after wave. That's fun and all. But I always wanted to more like survive the zombie apocalypse. And about and like about I would say a, it was before it had to be before I started this channel. So 2 years ago now because it's 2026. I probably yeah, about 2 years ago I was actually trying to make a mod pack that is basically Project Zomboid, but it it was really hard. I was struggling with it. I was getting frustrated, so I ended up just putting the project aside. And that was not too far before I started this channel. Probably like I want to say a full year, but about half a year before I started posting on this channel. And uh, but while that mod pack was very buggy, very laggy, and I wanted to release it once it was finished and make it public, but I just never could get it polished enough. There was a lot of issues with the mod pack. I put a lot of time in, not just in making the mod pack, but actually playing it too. It was really fun for me. There's for one example, there wasn't many ores, so you couldn't. There was ores still in the ground. You still could go mining, but they were so spread out and far and few between that mining was basically pointless. I had the Lost City mod too, so the world was not as deep as well. It was hard to find iron. You could find diamonds easier because you were lower down in the world, but you couldn't find like iron as and coal as much because you were lower down in the world. This was in 1.16.52, so there wasn't any deep slate. So world stopped at 0. Now say the world height limit was like at least half. I don't remember exactly. I did count it before because I thought I could get iron, so I was just strip mining for hours, and I was getting really annoyed that I could find no iron. I eventually figured out why when I went to creative and checked the height limit and stuff because caves were not generating. Well, not many caves, anyways. But one of the after I found that out, one of the key mechanics I added to the game, well, to that mod pack, was scavenging iron from around the world. So if you found iron bars, iron doors, any pieces of iron, and you could scavenge them and smelt them back into iron ingots, and there was a ton of iron throughout the world. So yeah, you only got one ingot per one iron block you got found, but there was so many of them that it was easy to do. You just had to fight through the zombies. And I had car mods, I had really cool gun mods. I had immersive engineering. I didn't have create because I thought create just I love create. Create is a really fun mod, but it's just too it didn't fit with the gritty theme, so I left it out. But instead, I put immersive engineering and stuff like that. I played it for quite a while. I think I got to there was also the animal butchering mod to help with the gritty type feeling. But like I said, I never got to a point where I was happy with it. I never polished it. So and once I just got to a point where I couldn't continue because if I knew how to actually make my own mods, no, I will say this mod pack actually started getting me into that learning how data packs work and stuff, but I never fully learned it. I kind of got the basics of it, but didn't get too deep into it. But after I just got to a point where I couldn't continue polishing it because I would start needing to make my own mods to join different mods together and make them work together. I just kind of put the project to side. I still have the mod pack somewhere. I don't think it works anymore either because it I added a mod at some point and it just stopped loading and I'll have to go through all the mods to find out which one it is and have like I think it was like 200 and something mods and going one by one is annoying. But I ended up just giving up on it. And not too long after I stopped working on that, I found out about the game Project Zomboid, uh, and I fell in love. I never had the like extra cash to get the game, but recently someone gifted me the game, and I've had the game for maybe I think a week, maybe a week. No, no, it has to be 2 weeks because that's how long it took me to get repair my computer. I've had the game for like 2 weeks, and for those 2 weeks, every day when I could play, I was playing on Project Zomboid. I have like a hundred and some 100 and something hours in the game already, and it took me like 60 of those hours to actually start not dying within the first couple hours in game time, not real life time. So that's even worse. I would die like in 2 hours when I was first starting out. It took me a bit to actually figure out how to fully play the game. The tutorial helped a little bit, but it definitely was not a like here's the tutorial, now you're good at you're at least decent at the game. You can do it, figure out the rest yourself. No, the game just told me, here's how the controls work. Good luck, don't die. Well, actually do die, press Q for the antidote. uh but yeah, I've gotten hooked on this game. Now that I've actually started figured out how to play the game and how to survive longer than 2 hours. Uh, I've started like a forever world, and I'm actually trying to survive. My current character is the first character in this world, and I think they're at 2 weeks surviving so far. I've uh I've kind of found a few places I really like to make a starter base at. Uh, now I've only ever spawned in Riverside. I haven't checked out the other cities yet. I'm kind of a little scared to check out the other cities because I'm already scared to go into Riverside, which I know is a low population area, and there are hordes of zombies there. And I already think Riverside has thousands and hordes of zombies. I know there isn't thousands, but that's how it feels. I do not want to go to the places that have even more zombies. Not yet, at least. Not until I can conquer Riverside first. So I've only really explored around Riverside and not even in Riverside, mostly the outskirts of Riverside. That's where I like setting up my starter base. There's just like 3 areas I have figured out as are pretty good starter bases. One is they each get closer to Riverside. I'm gonna go from furthest to closest. The first one is, and it's my favorite too, but it's not very. It's really good because it's so far away from everything and surrounded by forest. But the issue is it's so far away from everything that it's a pain to get any loot back to the base and go out to loot. But it's the radio tower on the far outskirts of Riverside. I don't know if it's a radio tower. It has like this it has a small building and then it has like this Wi-Fi thingy tower thingy. I don't know what to call it, but I like and it has a spiral road around it, which is really annoying when you get a car. I wish I if I ever get to make that proper base because I kept dying before I could. On my permanent world, I'm definitely going to make a straight road to it. But I really like that place. It's really secluded. Just the negative is it's so far from everything that it really sucks to go looting. The second place I really like is near that spiral building. It's the garage. It's not too far from the secluded place. It's a garage. There's a gas station and some other stuff right next to it. Across the road, it has a warehouse, and then across from the warehouse, it has a storage unit. And that place has a ton of loot. It You can keep 2 cars in the garage. It's a really nice place. You're not that far from the gas station either. But that that area is completely filled with zombies. So there's a lot of zombies to clear out if you want to make that place your base. So it's I kind of usually go over there when I get a car, and then on my last one where I actually cleared out that area, what I did is my character got bit, so I knew they were gonna die anyways. So I made a Molotov, and I attracted all the zombies from around there, and I ended up burning them all. And then when I made my new character, I returned there and got a car, and then I restarted the world. But the place that I'm currently living in on my permanent world, and as a starter base within the first 2 weeks of my new world, is it's a little further from the garage area, closer to Riverside, and it's like this farmhouse area. Well, it is a farmhouse area, and there's two houses and a bunch of farmland around. There wasn't a ton of zombies around the area. There's quite a few, but it wasn't like hordes of zombies that I couldn't deal with. And it's not. It's far enough from the city and secluded enough that there isn't hordes of zombies always being pulled towards the area whenever I like do stuff. But it's not too far to the point that it takes hours just to walk to the nearest house, to real life hours, to walk to the nearest house to go looting. It's it's kind of in that middle ground area, and I really like that. That's where I'm currently set up in my base. And the benefit that I just learned while I was going to the second house in that area is there's a washer and dryer. I want to move those washers and dryers because those are so useful for cleaning clothes. Instead of your clothes being all wet every time you wash your stuff, you have a washer and dryer right there. It's so useful. Uh, but yeah, as you guys can tell, I have been obsessed with Project Zomboid recently. It is really fun. Like I said, it's like my dream zombie game. And I in my new world, I've actually added some mods. Even though I haven't actually gotten that far in vanilla, but they aren't like OP mods. I wanted more cars for one. I wanted to be able to drive and get new cars, so I got semis, buses, all that good stuff. But I also got the RV interior mod, so I can actually go inside those buildings and stuff, which is fun. Took me forever to figure out how to set up mods on that version, mostly because I don't know, I'm just not very smart at it. But there's a few other things, but for the most part, that those are the two big ones I added mod wise. So yeah, lots of zombie killing, and that honestly, that's made me less. That game has made me 10 times less terrified of the monsters in this in Indev. The only one I'm still terrified in Indev of is still the skeleton. Creepers and zombies, man, they're a cakewalk. Skeletons, yeah, they're just basically instant death if you're not careful. But anyways, enough of nerding out about Project Zomboid. Uh, I should probably talk about what exactly need to be fixed on my computer and what has been added because uh, I've also upgraded my computer a bit. So what went wrong with my computer exactly was the power supply, the fan in it completely burnt out. So the power supply overheated and it caused some issues. So, but it is kind of to be expected. My computer's at least like 7 years old. It's running it still is running off of DDR3s, which not it's what DDR4s or what's out right now, but so it's not extremely old, but it is quite old. There's been a lot of things. There's also a graphics card in it that wasn't meant for my computer. So yeah, it was kind of pulling down on the motherboard quite a bit. So I got a bunch of new parts, so everything got updated by the recommendation of a friend of mine who actually knows a thing or two about computers, because I know absolutely nothing about computers. And now I have a new graphics card, a new power supply, way more powerful power supply too. I also got now 32 gigabytes of RAM, so hopefully I'll actually be able to stream without issues now. without having all those lagging, without a ton of lagging issues. Um, I also got a new graphics card. It's a lot smaller, a lot lighter on my uh, motherboard, but it's also better than my old graphics card because the graphics card I had was like I believe really good at the time. It was the Fat Boy, but it was too big and heavy for my computer, so it was cooling down on the motherboard when it sat in there. So yeah, now I have a new graphics card. Some of the I had to use some of my old parts and continue like my cooler. That's the old one. I'm still using that. But yeah, uh, other than that, I would like to do since my computer will be able to handle it better now. I would like to do more streams this year. Uh, not sure what it will be about. Probably some streams of this series, but I also would like to do some other things. Maybe Hightail once I can get it. I would also like to do some more art streams, or well, I would like to do art streams too as well. But that's also gonna have to weigh it off. Just like me, I think at this point I probably can use my V2 model like I originally wanted to all the time. But the issue is at this point it isn't the my computer that's the issue for using my V2 model without lagging, like I was during streams and stuff. But at this point, it's just my setup. I need to get an actual monitor so I can actually see what I'm doing. Because for my V2 model, I need a bright light in my face so the tracking can pick me up. And with the projector, it just makes it impossible to see the screen really. So that's why I only use it for streams. But once I can get a monitor and stuff, I would definitely like to be using my V2 model all the time, even during regular recordings, because that's what I was actually originally planned my V2 model before, but because it my monitor broke while I was working on making my V2 model, I obviously couldn't, so I'm just currently using it during streams, which isn't the most fun because of the projector, but feel like I probably should. I want to use it more too. That's one of the things I would like to do this year for the channel. Another thing that I doubt I'll be getting to, but would like to do this year as well, is a better microphone. Because yeah, my microphone currently is okay, but I'm not exactly happy with the audio quality. It isn't great. So I would like to eventually get a better microphone, but that's iffy this year. I don't know if I will. That might be a next year thing. I would also there is one another thing I would like to do. It's kind of something I'm kind of working on here and there, so no promises that'll ever come out. But I'm kind of working on a bit of a story. I don't know what to really call it right now, but I guess the best thing you could call it is a story. I really do want to post it. I I want to finish making it and post it here to YouTube. The only thing that's really making me hesitate on that and think about it for a while is if I want to post it, I would want to post it here on YouTube because that's where it's going to be probably seen the most. But the issue is if I'm going to post it here on YouTube, I think I need to make it more of a comic, which isn't an issue. I could easily write it to be a comic. But the issue comes in of making the art for that comic. And I don't know if I really have the skill to draw that much. I already have issues drawing thumbnails, definitely the faces of my own character. Now imagine me have not then I'm imagining myself having to draw several characters over and over and over so I can make a little comic series here on YouTube. But I really want to do the story, write it, and still make the story because it, it's something I always want to do, and I really like the story too. So I'm kind of stuck in my own head a little bit there. So it is something I would like to do this year, but no promises I'll ever get to it. The main thing that's really, I think, holding me back on actually doing it is the art aspect of it. But yeah, I don't know any way I could make the art still and write it easily. I guess there's always commissioning people to do it, but I don't even have the extra cash to get things like hightail or get a new monitor and stuff. Definitely with me having to fix my computer, all a good chunk of my savings went out to doing that. It's just I like I said, I really want to. It's just more me getting stuck in my own head about the art. But what I can't what I can say that I'm all of that is kind of just things I would like to do, likely not to happen this year. Things that I will definitely be doing this year is, like I said, streaming more. Well, I don't know what I'll be streaming yet, but I definitely would like to stream quite a bit more this year. It probably if it's not a new game that I'm playing like Hytale or some other game, it'll probably be me streaming just during resource gathering and stuff in this series because a lot of that stuff ends up getting cut out and you guys never see it. And sometimes some interesting things happen in it. So yeah, I just don't those I've I think I've yeah, I did one or two resource gathering streams last year, which isn't that long ago. It's only been like maybe a month since this new year. But I did a few of those last year, just I didn't have much to talk about. Still don't really. And it just wasn't that engaging or interesting to watch. So yeah, definitely expect more streams from me. So maybe go follow me on what is it called? Uh, Twitch. Or if you don't want to watch me on Twitch, I do stream on Kick. Also, I do stream here on YouTube as well. So just subscribe to the channel, maybe, and you get notified. I also usually post on my Twitter when I'm streaming if it's like a big stream. If it's just something like me resource gathering, I probably won't post it on Twitter just to prevent me spamming my account over there with that stuff since I don't post too much over there anyways. But yeah, that other than that, I actually another thing I will be doing this year, actually coming up pretty soon too. You guys can probably predict what it is by just me saying that. Is I'll be having a pretty big video coming out. I think if I'm going to do any predictions, and don't quote me on this, I think this is going to be one of the video that's I'm currently working on is a one that I think is going. Going to be putting a lot of effort into. I don't want to say what it is. I'm trying to ex- talk about it without giving too many spoilers here, but I feel like it's gonna be a pretty big video. I think it's gonna bring in quite a bit of traffic to the channel. Hopefully, if I do it well enough, at least. So yeah, definitely expect a big video to come out. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be around an hour or so long. That's what I'm gonna hope to get it at, about an hour, without being too long, of course. But I think it's gonna be a pretty big one and do at least fairly better than my current videos. We also have Indev coming up. We'll be updating this world to Indev shortly, not too long from now. But yeah, those are the things I would 100 for sure expect to come up. Anything else really is things I would like to do but might not happen this year. But I've also switched back to my old gaming mouse because I so I had two wireless mouses for a while. There was the one I've been using for about a year, yeah, a year now. But I ended up giving that one to someone else because they needed a wireless mouse. and I used my new one that I've gotten recently. But that new one absolutely sucked and was starting to give me a lot of issues. It was like a office mouse. It wasn't both of them. Technically, both of them were office mouses, but the first one, I gotta say, even though I dropped it like half a dozen times, it it, it took the beating and worked so much better. It didn't like the newer one I tried using. I have it lying around somewhere. It started having issues where it just wouldn't register when I was dragging it around, or it was, I don't know, it was just, I guess just wasn't registering because my movements were really jittery whenever I tried moving precisely, and it just didn't pick up precise movements very well like I was trying to get it to do. So I ended up switching back to my old mouse, which is what I'm using now for pretty much most of this recording, and it's so much better. The only issue with it is that it is wired, so I, because of my setup, I have to be very careful not to accidentally pull it and completely ruin my what I have set up by pulling down my computer or something. Now, I ask that you do not judge my skin right now. I was having some issues with OBS, so, or not OBS. I was having some issues with Betacraft, so I had to. I couldn't figure out the issue, so I ended up just downloading an older version of Betacraft, and that's what I'm currently playing on. But I haven't logged into my Microsoft account again, so it's using whatever the skin is. It, I feel like I recognize it from somewhere, but I cannot place where I recognize the skin from. I think it's a cat, Steve in the cat onesie, but it's not the regular Steve skin. That's why it kind of caught me off guard when I realized what skin I had on. But other than what I've been up to since my last video, how was everyone's New Year's? I myself personally, I don't really celebrate New Year's. Like I don't count it down or anything, but I know some people do and all that. So how has everyone's New Year's been? I hope it was fun. I surprisingly, there was no fireworks this year. Well, no, that's 4th of July. I don't know why. I think people light off fireworks during New Year's as well. I don't know why. I was thinking 4th of July though. But uh, I will say last year there was not many fireworks, which I honestly am grateful for because one of my 3 dogs hates fireworks. Like she she gets really scared whenever fireworks go off, and I have to comfort her. So it's nice that no fireworks went off, so she wasn't stressed out last year. Hope Hopefully there won't be any fireworks this year too, but there might be. Who knows? I might come back and add a few other things because this whole pathway is basically just a bunch of Easter eggs. This is the one area where I don't have to be, well, I don't technically have to be building all these fancy things everywhere else, but it makes the world actually look good if I'm building all these big fancy things. This is the one place I can put as many Easter eggs and references and stuff throughout this whole area. And I don't have to worry about it that much because this is mostly for you guys to walk through, not for the actual world itself. It's part of the world still, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. I talk too much sometimes. It's either all or nothing with me. Either I talk way too much and about just the randomest stuff, or I don't talk at all and I'm just completely quiet and I have to do a lot of editing to make the videos a little interesting for you guys. Like right now, that whole long gap, I'm going to keep that in too. I had nothing to say there. Nothing at all. I probably would have edited in something, but I had nothing and I still have nothing to talk about. I'm just talking about random stuff again. Hello, Future Steve returns. Enjoy your time while it lasts, past Steve, because soon you're gonna be just like me, sick. Please end my suffering. I'm freezing cold, my throat hurts, and I gotta do a voiceover for the next 15 minutes. Uh, I I don't even know what to talk about. I just want to chug some NyQuil and just go into a coma for the next 5 days. I tried so hard to stay away from all the sick people, and of course, I always catch this colds right as they're getting over theirs. Every time. I I guess I could talk about this other game I've been playing too. It's currently a trending game repo. I absolutely suck at the game though. I think the furthest I've gotten in the game by myself is level 3, and I'm just constantly getting out, getting jump scared. I swear a feather could spook me. I would say I could stream it, but I got no friends, so I don't think y'all would want to just watch 2 hours of me screaming and dying. Oh, my throat. I cannot wait until I'm done doing this voiceover. Then I am just chugging that NyQuil, and I won't see you guys for the next week. ah. How have we only spoken for 2 minutes? I always think it's gonna be longer than it is. You guys wouldn't mind just like having no talking for a while. I was actually planning to do a voiceover, but yeah, I'm not feeling well, and I really do not want to talk right now. I just want to go mute for a while. uh, I also got a D&D game in a couple days. Oh, I have. Oh, I got important stuff coming up too, where I got to talk to people face to face, and now I'm getting sick. I also got a D&D game. Luckily, that's online, but I still have to talk. Oh, that's well. How you guys got 3 minutes of 4 minutes of voiceovers. I'll just leave you guys to have some peace and quiet for once. No voiceovers. So yeah. Uh, enjoy the next 10 minutes or so without any talking. It's near the end of the video, and I'll give an outro. Pass me will give you guys an outro at the end. Enjoy. Alright, and there we go. The all the builds I had planned for this episode are now finished. You guys might recognize this one as well. Like I said, a lot of these builds I'm making are meant to be little references and Easter eggs and things, because this whole part of the map I don't really care too much about fitting in the rest of the world's building style. Just like that build technically is also a little Easter egg reference, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, arrows, nice. Uh, but I'm not really sure what I should put in this place. I know I want to put a chest here. I'm not gonna put one right now. I don't have the wood on me, but I want to put a chest here or something at least here. But I don't know what. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know what I should put here. But now that's pretty much it. All I'm going to be doing now is just starting to put down trees to reforest this whole area and make it fill in a lot of this, because I don't want to just put random builds dotted around at this point. I have the major ones in. Now, this might not be all the builds I'm going to add to this area. I might put in a few more, but anything else I add to this pathway at this point is going to be stuff that you guys will have to find when you guys get the road download. Just so you guys have something to explore and try finding, because I might add some more references and stuff. I don't know yet. Anything I add, though, is going to be pretty small, because I already got the major big builds in. Let me know what you guys think about the tree. I'm not 100% sure on it. I might have to readjust it, but I want to see what you guys think first. But yeah, we're just going to be planting some trees now, so I'm... Oh, actually, before I... Oh, more arrows. Nice. How many we got? 16. Before I actually end this video, I want to mention something weird I have noticed when updating this road to a modern version, because I have to do that whenever I make my outros. You guys have probably... I think I'm playing these two way too closely, but whatever. You guys have probably seen the outros and stuff. Well, I know you have. Well, I don't know. Some of you might have stuck around to the outros, but if you did stick around, I'm gonna... As they come this way, they're gonna get further apart, so there's less trees this way. Uh, I have to update the world so I can get it over into Blender and make those outros. Well, ooh, more, so many arrows. That is, oh, so many. That's actually really nice. Anyways, I have noticed whenever I update the world, for some reason, the leaves that naturally generate, same as the logs that naturally generate, get randomized with random leaves in modern versions of Minecraft. But any trees I planted myself, like all of these and stuff, and the ones that are going to about grow here, none of those get a... I think I'm still planting these too close together. I want them few and far between. None of those get affected when I update the version. I don't know why. If anyone knows why, please let me know, because I'm actually kind of interested to know why that happens. But, anyways, I think this is where I'm going to end the episode. I'm just planting trees at this point. I don't think you guys want to see me do that. So, yeah. Thank you guys. Oh, how do we end? There we go. F5. Thank you guys for watching. Please just pretend this is my regular skin. Had some issues with Betacraft. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about for like 5 hours about Project Zomboid. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.